So thank you so much for accepting this interview. It means so much to me for someone that's so business driven and has such an incredible mindset when it comes to life, business and making money. That you are most definitely what our platform stands for, right? It's about, you know, women empowerment. It's women helping other women to grow and to succeed. And you've had such a colorful career up until now. So I'm going to give you the invisible microphone. Tell us who you are, what you do, and where you are.
So hi, thank you for inviting me to do this. I love connecting with women. I do live in Miami, but I wasn't born here. I was originally born in Venezuela, and pretty much just growing up, you know, it was like in my head, you know, you have to go to school, you have to go to school, you have to get a degree, you have to, you know, got a master's degree in speech language pathology. So I am a speech therapist. I work at a pediatric outpatient clinic. During COVID, I wasn't working, but now things are getting better. So I'm heading back to work. I loved my job and I love what I do, but I felt like I could do more, and I always feel like we could do more. Sometimes we just like limit ourselves. I don't have the time, all the excuses in the world. For it, I decided to, you know, do network marketing. My journey with network marketing, I think, was like a really easy one because I had like really damaged hair. So when I was approached by people to do Monat or to consider Monat, it just seemed like something I wanted to try anyways because my hair was so damaged. If you don't know, Monat is a hair and skincare. It's a beauty line, which is why we connected. And that's another thing that I'm like so grateful about because through network marketing, like my life has completely changed. It's not only like financial gain. Of course, that financial freedom is like the number one thing that we like, right? Like we want that financial freedom. And that's really the reason why I joined the business. I gained so much more from this business. That's not just monetary, right? Like I've been able to connect with so many like-minded women. My mindset has completely shifted. You know, the things that I used to think were important before, I definitely, you know, have to think about twice. Like, do I want to give my energy to any of that? This business has definitely like leveled me up in so many ways, not just like financially, right? So I think it's a life-changing opportunity. It's like changed my hair, it's changed my skin, it's changed my bank account, it's changed my mindset, my relationship. And now I have like amazing girl gang of just like some like beautiful like-minded women that are just doing the best they can to make it.
I think that's amazing. You've said so many key points that I just want to touch and elaborate on. What are we focusing our energy on? We have to be really responsible with that. I think a lot of people live their life on autopilot and they think that they're going to live forever. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Life is short. Stop for a second and think to yourself, what am I doing for me? How am I growing? How am I making the best of the circumstances or the things that or the opportunities that I have in my life? And so many people, you know, spend all their energy, you know, utilizing their time in just not the correct manner. That was one of the things that I spoke about when I spoke about with Kat and Claudia, who, you know, they were very much about like, you know, what is your mindset? What is it that you want to achieve? Whatever it is that you want, you can have, but you've got to take the leap of faith. You've got to take the jump and you've got to really go for it. And so when I started speaking to these incredible women, and then afterwards they were like, do you want to be part of a beauty collab such as Monat? And they told me everything that, you know, Monat stands for. I was like, well, hell yes, of course I'm going to do that. I do have multiple businesses, and many people in my position would turn around and say, not for me, love, I'm all right. And I did completely the opposite. I want to get involved. Not only am I going to be meeting incredible people, but right now I'm having this conversation with you. If you don't jump at an opportunity, how will you ever know if you can make it or not, right? And Monat gives you that opportunity, doesn't it?
It does. One of the things that you said is you have to know exactly what it is that you want. And like for me, like I just think about it and I'm like, parents left everything behind in our country. You know, my mom has my older sister to be able to come here and like provide me with so many like opportunities in a sense. So I couldn't find myself just like not making anything out of my life because I saw so many sacrifices that my parents made. Right? And when the opportunity with Monat came around, the opportunity to literally change your life around, because there is no salary cap. You are your own boss. I love that. I love that you can do things on your term and you are in control. It's up to you whether you want to allocate 30 minutes a day to this business. You're in full control. And once you realize like the amount of the potential that this company has, like there's no cap. And that to me is like really impressive, because even with my career, there is a cap. You know, I know that as a speech pathologist, I'm not going to be making over $100,000 a year. It's just known. That's what it is. You're really lucky if as a speech pathologist, you're making $100K a year. Knowing that with this business, I am close to making that in a month. Like it's something attainable. Like I could literally make this income monthly, and it's up to me. It's up to nobody else but me. That is a big, big deal. You know, like making, yes, you want to make like or earn 6 figures a year, but having a business that could potentially make you 6 figures a month, it's, to me, it's amazing. And it's not easy, because nothing in life is easy, right? But I went to grad school for 9 years. I tell everybody that. I'm like, I went to school for 9 years. My bachelor's took me like four and a half years. And then my master's took me like another 3.5, almost 4 years. So that's 9 years to make a little bit under 100K a year. So if you're to tell me, if I were to work really, really hard with this company, doing what I love, because look at me, I just got all dressed up for a live, to do my hair, do my makeup, like skincare, hair care, and just help other women, I could like potentially make this much money. To me, it just seems like, why would I turn this down? Honestly, I feel like a lot of times we fear the unknown, because I'd never done network marketing before. I didn't even know this opportunity existed. I didn't even know that this is something that you could do, because we're so like tricked to believe that everything is a scam, fake, you know, you're like taught to believe all these things. I think somewhere along the road, somebody said, you know, oh, so-and-so does a pyramid scheme. And then all of a sudden it's a vocabulary word that sticks with you. And then they keep like repeating that. And every time somebody comes to you with an opportunity, you automatically think it's a scam, but it's not, especially not here. Like everything is so legit. Everything is done by the books. It's a proven strategy. Multi-network marketing has been around for so many years. It's legit. You have to pay taxes. Like they would come and shut you down if it wasn't legal, you know? That's another thing. Like I feel like we're so scared because of what people tell us, like, oh, you're gonna sell shampoo. And that was my biggest thing. Like I was like, oh, you know, I have a degree, I'm not going to sell shampoo, but why not? Why not?
You said, in order to make anything grow, you have to give your time. Like you can't just sign up to anything and think, right, I've signed up, where's my paycheck? That's not going to happen. Genuinely believe that one of the biggest keys to success is to give from the heart, to give freely, to help other people. And what Monat actually does is that it gives you that opportunity to help others, right? To help people. I mean, I've been speaking to girls that, you know, have had serious hair losses, insecurity issues, and they want certain shampoos and certain conditioners and masks from a visual perspective. But then there's the business side of it, right? MLM is business. To a certain extent, we're all doing the same type of formula. People will always try and say, you can't do it. That's wrong. That's not the right road. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're scared. They think that they can't do it. So if they can't do it in their head, that means that you can't do it. With the whole stigma about, oh, well, you know, MLM is a pyramid scheme. Oh, Monat, what is a pyramid scheme? I'm thinking, have an open mind and really look at things intelligently and understand that you are networking with so many women, and obviously there's unlimited training. You don't just bring people on board and then leave them to swim on their own. That's not what we do.
You know, I always knew, like ever since I was a little girl, I always felt like I was like a leader. I felt like I would always like, you know, tell my friends like, hey, let's try out for the talent show. And then my friends would be like, what do you mean? We're not going to make it? I'm like, yes, we are. We're going to do it. Like, let's practice. And I would put on Britney Spears and be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We got this. And my friends would just like follow along and they're like, okay. And then I'll be like, you know, always wanted to be the line leader. I always wanted to be in student council. I always felt like I had those traits, and I don't know why. It's something that I wasn't taught, right? I wasn't like really taught to be that way. It's just like my personality. And then I realized everybody has that potential to lead. It just takes something to bring that out of you. So I have seen through this journey, like so many women who are like very reserved, very shy, that never could find themselves like coming to terms to say like, I am a leader, actually becoming leaders. That is exactly what you're doing. Once you bring yourself into this business, you become a leader. You start leading girls and women to changing their lives to, and like you said, like the hair thing and the skin thing, like in real life, like hair and skincare is really important to women. It attributes to a lot of your self-confidence. It attributes to like how you're feeling, how you wake up. Like when you're having hair issues, skincare issues, you know, you're breaking out, you don't feel as confident. To see women like start looking good, feeling better about themselves, and then just tap into this amazing leadership role and just becoming like the best version of themselves. Literally, like I just thrive for that, because like I said, when I first joined this business, I just wanted pretty hair. And then my reason like completely changed. I'm like, wow, with this business, I could possibly change not only my life, but my family's life, my future children's life. And I can change all these women's lives if everybody just sees the potential.
What would you say to some women that are listening to this conversation and thinking, you could say that because, you know, you've been on TV, you've got the followers, I haven't got the followers. How do I even begin? This isn't for me.
To be honest, we get that a lot. You know, Astrid, like you're only successful in this because of your following, because of this, because of that. And I always tell them, like, I am not where I'm at because of me. I am at where I am because of my team, because of the women that are doing this with me. And not all of them have been on a reality TV show. Not all of them are social media influencers. Not all of them have thousands of followers on Instagram. Some of the girls that have helped me get to the top of this business have started with like 200 Instagram followers. Literally, I just tell everybody, like, don't make excuses. Multi-level marketing wasn't made for social media influencers. This is not what this was made for. Multi-level marketing has been around for years, and you can think back to MLM companies that have been around that I'm sure like an aunt or a grandma or somebody told you about it.
Yes.
Like Avon, Mary Kay, Herbalife, Arbonne, whatever, all these other companies. The ones really doing this business aren't social media influencers. It's the girl next door. It was your aunt. It was your, you know, all these people that don't have like a social media platform. This is new. Social media is new. Multi-level marketing business model is not. And I always say this anytime somebody asks me this question, I'm like, you need to stop giving people with social media following so much power. Because by you thinking that they can do something just because they have more followers than you, you're shutting down your potential. You're giving these people so much power. I have like 145,000, and I say this too, I'm like, I have 145,000 Instagram followers, but there are women in this business that have 5 million followers. Do you think I'm going to tell myself that I can't do this business because somebody that's doing this business has 5 million followers? Absolutely not. Instead, that just motivates me because I can do it. I've seen women do it with 400 Instagram followers. I've seen women do it without a phone. I've seen women not even use social media for network marketing. So I think ultimately, like I said earlier, it's all excuses. And I always say it, like the Instagram follower thing, it's an excuse. You don't have time, it's an excuse. There's women in this business that literally have multiple businesses, have kids, have husbands, have like more than one kid, have like 4 kids. There's women that have careers, there's stay-at-home moms, there's women that, you know, there's women from all walks of life, and there's even men doing this. Like literally the company, and which is another thing that I love, it's like a product that everybody uses. Like when you stop and think like, who can I pitch this opportunity to? Or who can I tell about my product? Pretty much everybody, because everybody has skin and hair. You would not be scared to tell anybody. You would not even be shy to jump on it because you're going to see like the potential in it. I was born to be a winner. I was born to lead. I was born to succeed. I was born to find my passion. And I think I found it. I found it with my speech job, and I found it with this. It honestly like changes everything. It changes everything about you because you're living with purpose. When you live with purpose, you wake up motivated. When you're living with that, like I wake up and I'm happy. I'm happy to work. I'm happy to put on my scrubs. I'm happy to talk to people about about shampoo. I'm happy to do these lives, to do these calls. Like, I'm happy to do these things because I feel like there's a purpose. I feel like somebody can listen to this conversation and say, you know what? I am sleeping on myself. I am not doing the best I can for myself. I am too worried about what other people think. I am too worried about losing. I am too worried about all the negative things, and I'm not focusing on the positive and the what if. Like, what if you can succeed? What if this works out for you? What if your life changes, you know? And I think sometimes we're so obsessed with the past that we don't focus on the future.
If you live in the past, that's depression. And if you live in the future, that's anxiety. You've really got to live in the now. Fully experience it and experience every single moment of it, and then slowly things start opening up for you. I have to ask, because we all need sometimes mentors and coaches. Who were your mentors?
So my father and my mother like definitely have always like pushed me and challenged me and been great mentors. But other than that, like I have this like guy friend that I, you know, dated, and he honestly was like my biggest motivator, because I saw him just really like work so hard and wake up with purpose. And like he would wake up and, you know, tell me, you know, like, you really need to educate yourself about financial literacy. It's really important for you to understand how the system works. Like, you literally have to, you know, read these books. He got me into, you know, reading about financial stuff. Also, when I came into this business, you know, I signed up. I really didn't have like a sponsor or somebody that mentoring me. So I took off in the business by myself. I signed up and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure this out. Probably when I reached like the 4th rank in the company, Liz Lugo, which is our upline, we were friends for a really long time. She reached out to me and she was like, hey, you know, I realized you signed up with our team, and I realized that you're actually running with it. I want to help you. I want to be able to, you know, to see where you're at. Like, how can I help? So I think she's also been like one of the people that has like pushed me a lot when it comes to this business. When it comes to like podcasts, I am very aggressive when I listen to podcasts. I listen to MFCEO. Things like that really, really motivate me. I had a life coach that I think also helped me out a lot when it came to, you know, my self-worth. And I think that also is really important when it comes to business, right? Because sometimes we have so many internal issues. It doesn't let us be like the best version of ourselves, right? Clearing my mental space, finding like my mental health, prioritizing my mental health also was really, really important to me. Not just like, you know, I want money and I want this and I want that. Yeah, I want all those things. You know, I want to be fit. I want to be skinny. Like, I want to be all around in a good place. And part of that came with like mental health. So like making sure that I was taking care of my mental health, you know, making sure that like I understood why sometimes I would feel anxious. You know, time management, things like that. So I had like a life coach and like a therapist that actually helped me too. So, you know, sometimes we're like so afraid to reach out for help or to tell people like, you know, I'm struggling. Yeah, like there's so many things. And I think those things, like, I think is like what all around helped me. When it comes to this business, definitely Liz Lugo. When it comes to podcast, the MFCEO, I could share his podcast information. And if you're going to listen to him, he is like, I'm this type of leader. Like, I am very tough love. Like, I am the type of person that will tell you probably the things that you do not want to hear. That's the type of person that I am. But I like love that. I love accountability. I love holding yourself accountable. I love asking questions. I love like literally sitting down and being like, do you think you are doing this? Like, you're doing your best. Like, sit down with yourself. Don't answer to me. But if you think you need to like be sure that you're okay with yourself, you know, that you are holding yourself accountable and that you know that you're really not doing the best you can. So if you listen to Yes, Andy, be ready to listen, take in what he has to say, not take things too personal in a sense, but it's like kind of like a wake-up call, because he like says it on my favorite podcast, like winners win and losers fucking lose, and it's up to you. Like, it's up to fucking you. If you are a loser, you're gonna lose. If you are a winner, you're gonna win. And sometimes that's uncomfortable, because the first time I listened to this, I didn't feel like I was winning. So I took that personal, like, wow, am I a fucking loser? Like, why am I complaining?
I've never seen a quitter win. Have you? I've never seen a quitter win.
Never. I think that's helped me a lot. Letting go of things that weigh you down. Relationships, baggage, anything that's negative. Like, and I always say this, I tell my best friend, or I tell my mom, or I tell my sister, or I tell the dude that I'm dating, like, hey, I want to have a lemonade stand. They're gonna like cheer me on and be like, okay, Astrid, do your fucking lemonade stand, and you're gonna have a badass lemonade stand. But if you're around me and you're like, why would you do a lemonade stand? You're too old for a lemonade stand. Like, looking for excuses and ways to bring me down, then I don't want you around me. I don't want you in my life. I want people around me that believe in me. Right. People that believe in me, believe in everything that I'm doing, and even believe in themselves. You know, like, do better, get better, be better. Let's grow together, but like not staying stagnant. You know, you need to sometimes release, let go. And sometimes it sucks, because sometimes you've known people for a really long time. Sometimes, you know, you have friendships, but when it's no longer serving you, you just have to release, because that's the only way you're going to take off.
I actually do a masterclass. What my masterclass is about, it's not a question of just registering a website and registering a company and think that you're in business, because that's not what it takes. You're not just going to make money by doing that. How do you make money here? This is where you make money. You need to clean this up, get it in order so that you can prep yourself onto a winning path. And what is that? We don't want to have a scarcity mindset. Oh no, I can't do it. No, you know, you've got to have an abundance mindset, in whereby there is enough for everyone and there is enough for me. You know, the world is 80% water. 80% water is the world. There's enough water for you, for me, for my next door neighbor, for the other neighbor.
Everybody can get some water.
Everyone can get some water, right? And I see water as money. There's enough money to go round for everyone. What do you want? Do you want love? A family? What is it that you want? What is success to you? And whatever it is, you can achieve it. But how? First of all, invest in yourself. Invest in your confidence. Invest in who you are. Look good, feel good, be the part, play the part, so that you can at least have a chance of getting there, right? And I love that thing, what you're saying about tough love. You've got to say how it is. And it can't be because, you know, I'm going to offend you. Well, if I'm going to offend you, well, then you're not in the winning game. You're not here yet. So let's make sure that, you know, I'm going to tell you the truth and you're going to understand it. And I want the same back, because I want to be able to grow. We're always growing. You know, the person that says they know it all is a fool, because we never stop learning. Every single minute of the day, we're learning something. So absolutely. And accountability. Are you doing the best that you should be doing? You know, if you're going to be lying, then you can lie to us, but ultimately you're lying to yourself, and that's pretty sad, because do you want to grow or do you want to be stagnated? Because it's up to you, right?
It's so true. If you choose to do this business, if you choose to do anything, if you choose to do your lemonade stand, whatever it is that you choose to do in life, the only way that you're going to win at it is if your mind and soul is right? If your heart is in the right place and your mind is in the right place, you are going to win. But you just have to make sure that you know exactly what you're working towards, and that you know that you need to put in the work. And I tell my girls all the time, you have to arrive to your destination. Like, your mind has to arrive to your destination before you physically do. So you have to envision that. You have to manifest that. You have to see yourself where you want to be to know exactly where it is that you're going. If you don't know where you're going, like if you want to go on vacation, but you haven't like booked a trip, planned it out, packed your bags, where are you going? You're going nowhere.
Yes.
It's all talk, but you're not on vacation, right? Like, yeah, I want to go on vacation, but my bags are not packed. I'm not on a plane. Like, I'm not doing those things, right? So it's the same thing I feel with business. And this is how it is. Like, when I joined this business, I envisioned myself at the top rank of this company. So I am going to get there. And I have put in the work, and I have sacrificed so much. And I have done a lot for this business, for my team. Like, I've given up a lot of myself, a lot of my personal life, a lot of like my time eating shit online on the phone. I haven't watched the Netflix show since, I don't know, since like Power was over, because that one I couldn't let go of. But I've given up a lot of time just of bullshit, because I wanted to prioritize this business and I wanted to prioritize my success, because I envisioned myself at the top of this company. I told myself I am going to be a director in this company. I am not going to join to like make pennies. Like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to go hard. I am going to get the free car. I am going to earn the free trips. I am going to be a director, and everything that I have said, I've been able to do because I saw myself there before I even started taking action. You know, you have to get organized and you have to envision where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to do. And like I said, your mind has to just really see it and believe it.
Napoleon Hill, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. You see it here, you've got it here. You've just got to make it happen. Thank you so much for your time. It's been absolutely amazing. I love the fact that I'm in the UK and you're in Miami, and yet we can kill the barriers with technology, and we get to have this you know, productive conversation. And for anyone that's watching, especially here in the UK, and wants to be involved in our team, and wants, you know, to make money, and wants to meet lots of people, and wants to feel empowered and empower other women, then by all means, please, please, please send me a message or send Astrid a message, and we can get the ball rolling.
For all you ladies that are in the UK listening to this, you have like a gold mine in your hands and you don't even know it. This is a new opportunity. This business has only been around for 5 years. What you guys can do in the UK by coming together and bossing the fuck up is incredible, because I've seen us do it here in Miami. I've seen it starting to happen in other cities and other states, but pretty much in the UK, it's a brand new market. You guys are like, you guys have a pot of gold in your hands, and all you have to do is really dive in. Just dive in and give it a chance.
Where do I sign up? Tell me now. I was like, I know. Look, it's just happening. Look, it's fairly new in the UK. Guys, for anyone that's watching, I remember, right, back in the day, I used to get hounded for things like such as Herbalife, blah, 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 and different companies like that. It's so saturated here, you know, in England. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's trying to fight for it. And what we were talking about, abundance mindset, like this is an opportunity for like people to get involved right at those early stages where you can actually smash it. And like you said, get a free car, get those holidays, become a director, visualize it. Whatever it is that you want to do, you could do. So I just want to thank you so much, Astrid. It's been amazing, amazing, amazing. And I'm so happy that we're working together.
To connect. Yes, I feel like I can't wait for all this to be over. I know that Europe has the borders like closed for everything, so we can't travel there just yet. But as soon as everything is over, I need to make myself to Europe, and definitely would love to meet you ladies and connect in person. But this is amazing that we were able to do this. And I'm here if you need anything.
Thank you, my darling. Massive kiss.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everyone.